Promotional consideration paid for by the following. Yo Joe Outlet, your only source for GI Joe weapons and vehicle accessories. Don't have that incomplete Joe any longer. Connect with Yo Joe Outlet Center and complete that figure for an awesome price. Go check them out on eBay at Yo Joe Outlet Center and Facebook Yo Joe Outlet. Guys, GI Joe fans, friends of the channel who are watching, collecting is half the battle. What we have just done, just now, is we have purchased a Grail. We have purchased a Grail item that I have wanted since I first saw it creatively displayed at Kitty City. Creatively displayed. I've talked about that in the past, how this item was displayed at either Toys R Us or Kitty City in about 1986. And now it is mine. I did not have to pay $100 for shipping. No, indeed. A friend of mine, a local friend of mine, was at a garage sale today and had the biggest score of all time. Now, many of you know the story of me finding Fireball Island for $1 at a garage sale. This is the equivalent of that. This is that $1 Fireball Island score. This guy pulled this item for $5 and contacted me, and I gave him much more than $5, but I now have one of my Grails and the biggest piece thus far in the GI Joe universe. It is the I'm sorry, guys. I must have ran out of tape. I must have ran out of tape before I could give you the big announcement of what I have added to the collection. What Grail have I added to the collection? But let's wait. We've got plenty of time. I know how you guys like me to talk and kind of drag things out a little bit, and I know that there are some people who complain about that, who actually say, why do you talk so much, and why don't you just get to the point? Well, so let's keep it going a little while here. We'll enjoy a cocktail together, and we'll talk about how this came to be, and how jealous I am of my friend, my local friend, who's watching this right now. Goes to a garage sale this morning that is actually not far from me at all. I mean, it's probably 10 minutes from him. It's 20 minutes from me. I could have just as easily been at this garage sale. I don't know if it was announced. I don't know if it was on Craigslist. If they had put the details of this garage sale on Craigslist and listed what was available, there'd be a line out the door 2 hours before the sale started. So anyway, he goes and he gets this item for $5. To me, again, that is the equivalent of the $1 Fireball Island find that I had a couple of years ago, several years ago actually. And he called me up and he said, I got something that I think you'd like. And he did. He certainly did. And so I have added to the collection. Well, let's talk a little bit further about it. Let's talk about the first time I saw this item. I walked into a Toys R Us. Maybe it was a Kitty City, but it was one of those gigantic toy stores.
And if you remember, GI Joe back in the toy store days would dominate an entire aisle because the boxes were so big. The box vehicle, or the vehicle boxes, were so big, and they would stack them all on the shelf, and you would really need the whole aisle for GI Joe. This box is probably the second biggest GI Joe box. So for those of you wondering, did I get the flag? Did I get the USS flag? No, not this time. No, indeed. In fact, I got something more important to me than the flag. The flag is a grail. You know, it is the hallmark of everybody's GI Joe collection. But this item has personal value to me. Anyway, I walk into the Toys R Us, and I go down the GI Joe aisle, and I see this thing hanging from the ceiling on fishing wire, just kind of hanging there. And it was the first time that I'd seen it up close, and I thought, oh my God, this thing is the biggest playset I've ever seen. And at the time, ladies and gentlemen, this thing was between $39.99 and $49.99, depending on where you are. That's it. That's how much it was in 1986. $39.99 to $49.99. But that was pricey. That was extremely pricey back then. Anyway, this massive thing is hanging from the ceiling, and you know what? When I revamped the GI Joe collection, I said I would be focusing on figures from '83 to '89, and I would be getting vehicles that meant something to me because there's just too many, and play sets. I would be collecting the play sets because they're huge and they're beautiful. And they're some of the best play sets of all time. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you, in my opinion, the second greatest play set of all time. I am very partial to the LJN wrestling ring as the greatest play set of all time. But this is the second greatest play set of all time. I present to you the newest member of the GI Joe collection. There she is. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Pterodome. The GI Joe, well actually the Cobra base to end all bases. The fortress to end all fortresses. Today, in stores, this would have to be a $200 item. This would have to sell. If you know, with inflation and changing times, a play set this size. My kid's gigantic sewer turtle base. He has a Marvel superhero base that stands about 3 feet tall. Those are $99 today. The 3 foot, 4 foot Barbie house is $199 today. This would probably have to be $150 to $200 item. And ladies and gentlemen, it is now part of the New 80s Revolution collection. I am so excited. This is a very, very, very special item. This is something I always wanted as a kid. Always wanted, never had. But now it's mine. And you know what? It is very, very close to complete. We are missing one chair. That chair goes there. We are missing a chair. And we are missing a gas hose, a fuel hose that goes in here. But this is all... Oh, we have one. We do have one, but we are missing one. The jail. The jail is complete.
There's the jail. We are missing a chair. That's it. This did come with a figure, and I believe that figure also goes with a vehicle. I can't double check that because I let my friend borrow my book, my GI Joe Bible, so that he could price out all the stuff that he grabbed at the garage sale. He got plenty of other. Let's put you guys back here. He got plenty of other GI Joe stuff. This was like a GI Joe like gold mine garage sale, and so he got 3 or 4 other vehicles. He got maybe 10, 12 figures, all incomplete. Pretty close to completing the vehicles that he purchased. The figures were all incomplete. I think he's going to put them up for a big, just one big lot. But the clear grail of that collection, and now the grail of my collection, the Pterodome was $5. $5. I'm excited to own it. Obviously, I did not pay him $5. He did a little bit better than doubling his money, let's just say. So I'm thrilled with what I paid, and I'm thrilled to have this. I don't know if I would have survived that garage sale. That garage sale might have ended my life. If I walked up on that garage sale and saw this thing sitting there, and then saw the $5 price tag on it, that might have killed me. It might have been the end of the New 80s revolution. But so yeah, that's, man. Oh, you didn't see this, the Father's Day GI Joe T-shirt. Love it, love it. It's from a company that I'm not going to promote because their prices are stupid. If you're on Facebook, you've seen their company advertised. They have incredible 80s tees, but their prices are stupid. This was a $40 T-shirt. It's just stupid. Don't charge $40. But anyway, it's a great T-shirt. It was Father's Day. I love it. It's awesome. Yeah, so that's it, man. That is the grail. That is not only the grail of this collection. That is the grail. That is a childhood grail item. This is such an important piece, in such beautiful condition, that is now mine. And it is just going to be the centerpiece of the GI Joe collection for a while. It's gorgeous. I love it. It's beautiful. My kid's eyes popped out of his head when he saw it. He would like to share it with me. That's not happening. So obviously, I want to say thanks to my friend Nick, and thanks to you guys. Thanks a lot for keeping this going. So we got Firefly on the way. We got some Firefly accessories on the way. We're going to complete that figure, and we're going to knock off 1984. We're going to roll into 1985, and we're just going to sit around and stare at the Pterodome for hours, maybe hours, probably hours. Thanks for hanging out. Good night now.